everybody, welcome back to Meals with Marcia. Today I'm going to be sharing with you chest bar cake. There's a lot of different names for this. Sometimes people call it ooey gooey butter cake, some people call it just chest bars. But I'm very excited to show you this, so let's get started. The first thing you're going to need is a yellow cake mix. I just get whatever's on sale. A lot of times when I shop at Food City, they have these buy one get one free. And that's why I chose this brand. Doesn't matter any brand you like. I'm going to put it in this bowl right here. This is a quick and easy go-to recipe, guys, and it's something that can be made ahead and you can just cover it up and go. Like, say if you're wanting to go to a potluck or you're having to take a dessert or, you know, whatever, or if you're just wanting to do a dessert and you're pressed for time, you know, this is a good one to do. All right, and then we're going to use 1 egg in this mixture. Let me make sure I got that right, because I always have to go back. I can't always remember my stuff anymore. Okay. I guess that's a sign of old age that I can't remember. I don't know. Or my brain's full, whichever one you want to call it. All right, I'm just going to kind of mix that up just a little bit before I put it in. All right, and then you're going to take 1 stick of butter, melted, and I just used salted butter. It did not really specify either way, and I always buy salted butter. So, and then we're just going to mix. Let's see if I can get probably need to get a spoon to do that. And we're just going to mix this all together until it's combined really good. And it's so funny when you get this combined, it looks, feels, and smells to me like Play-Doh. I know that is so weird. Lord help me, but that's what it's like. It feels like it, looks like it, and smells like Play-Doh to me. But that's just me. And it doesn't taste like Play-Doh. It's delicious, but it's what it looks, smells, and looks like, feels like, and smells like to me. So you're just going to take that spoon and mash that really good because you want all that mixed up. Now you can do this in a mixer or with a mixer, but it's like I said, there's 2 parts to it, and I didn't want to have to wash my mixer again, so I just thought I would do it like this to make it easier. Okay, so it's kind of gooey there. Thus, I guess why some people call it ooey gooey butter cake, and it has a stick of butter in it. All right, and now we're going to spray our pan. I don't know for sure if you would have to spray your pan because this has all the butter in it, but I just do it just in case. This is just regular canola spray. And then you're going to pour this into this pan. Okay. And I like to moisten my hands just a little bit with a little bit of water. This makes it easier to press down. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think I just touched them under tap water. And you're going to take this and you're going to press it down with your hands. And like I said, looks, feels, and smells like Play-Doh, but it's going to be delicious. You're just going to push it all the way to the edge. All right, let me wet my hands just a little bit more. Like I said, it helps when you do that. Helps keep the dough from sticking to your hands as bad. Just going to press it down. Let's see here. Yeah. All right. And that's what it looks like, okay? So let me get this over here. I'm gonna wash my hands off and I'll be right back. Okay. Set that right there. All right, then we're just gonna set this aside for just a second, and then we're gonna get our stand mixer out. And we're going to do a block of cream cheese softened. I had set this out a few hours earlier. Get that out. Might have to go get me a spatula or well, I can get it open. There we go. There it goes. No, I'm gonna have to get a Let me go get me a little spatula thing so I can scrape that off. Okay, just put that in your mixer. And I always try to get every little bit of that cream cheese off. That's why I use the little spatula scraper here. I'm probably not even calling it the right thing today. Some days I remember everything and some days I can't. All right, there's that. Move it over. Okay, and then you need a teaspoon of vanilla flavor, and I'm cheap, easy girl. I use the imitation. You can use the regular if you want to. However it works, whatever works for you. Okay. All right, and then we're going to have 3 more eggs, and we're going to have some powdered sugar. So let me go ahead and I'm going to crack these eggs in this one at a time. Make sure everything's good on them. I've never been able to crack an egg with one hand. I'm not a professional chef, so. All right, let me get me another fork. I can kind of break those up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna put that in there. Okay. Now, it says to add a box of powdered sugar. Well, nowadays, you cannot get powdered sugar in a box anymore. Every now and again you can find a box, but mostly it comes in bags. And those are 32-ounce bags. So, really, you're just going to use half of this. So what I normally do is I lay my powdered sugar out and I just try to half the bag so it looks even and spread all that out just like that, okay? Make sure you can see through the bag that there's not that much powdered sugar sitting in that crease. And then you're going to cut it with a knife. My Aunt Linda, she makes cheesecakes every year at Christmas, and she's like, what? She called me, she's like, Marsha, what I do that you can't get powdered sugar in a box anymore, and I'm trying to make these and it costs for a box. I said, get a bag, which is 32 ounces, and half it. All right, and so that's all you do right there, guys, okay? And then I'm gonna pour it in this. So we'll see. And it equals up to 4 cups is what it equals up to. Right there, that's what you gotta have. Now, which is 1 box, and it's really, a box is a 16-ounce box, but anyway, half of that bag is 4 cups. Don't make much sense because 2 cups is 16 ounces if you're doing liquid. All right, and I'm just gonna save the rest of that in there. Okay. All right, now we're gonna turn our mixer on. Let me pour this in, pour some of it in, not all of it. I'm gonna do a little at a time, I think. Well, it's gonna come out. There we go. All right, now this is gonna be a little bit noisy for a minute. We gotta get this whipped up good. So we're gonna start out slow. If you do powdered sugar or flour or anything like that, always start your mixer out really slow, guys, because it's gonna fly everywhere. It's gonna get all over your kitchen. And if you're like me, you're already messy enough when it comes to cooking. You don't need no help to have to clean up something else. All right, let's get that going a little bit. Get that mixed up. And I'm gonna take it back down to low, and I'm gonna add some more. Like I said, this stuff will fly up on you like crazy if you don't do it slow. Just slow let it get incorporated, and then once we do that, we'll turn it up and let it whip. See if I can get the rest of that down in there. Okay, so here we go. We're going to let her whip until there's no more lumps. We want it to be really creamy and no more lumps in there, okay? Might take a couple of minutes. I'll put my stuff over here in the sink while I'm waiting. Alright, I'm going to turn it off for a second, and I'm going to scrape the sides down, so I want to make sure I get all that stuff in there. We don't want to miss nothing. I tell you what, I love this stand mixer. I have used it and used it and used it. It's been the best thing I've ever had. I had one before this. It was white. My stepmom had given it to me. My granny had bought it for her for Christmas one year. Not long after that, she had passed away. And my stepmom she's like, I just never opened the box. I never got it out. And said, I just want you to have it because I know you love to cook with Granny. And I just want you to have it if you want it. And I was like, yes, I want it. It was white. I had it for years. And then I passed it on to my mother because she wanted a stand mixer. And my husband bought me this one because it matched my kitchen a little bit better. One year of Christmas. And I'm telling you, I don't know what I did about the stand mixer, but you can put attachments on the front, like for rolling out other stuff, or I think even like shredding up stuff. I've never bought the attachments, but I just use it like this. I do have a dough hook and I have another whisk that I can use inside this, but there's all kinds of attachments that you can use for this motor that's on this. This is a KitchenAid. Well worth the investment, guys, if you bake a lot and cook a lot. Alright, I think this looks smooth. Let's get this out. Now these have raw eggs in them. But I always have to lick the beaters, you know what I mean? And the kids love that too when I make stuff. I'm going to taste of this. Anything with cream cheese in it's a friend of mine. Love it. Okay? Alright. Now we're going to I just always stir the bottom a little bit just to make sure the mixer does really well. But I just want to double check, make sure. Alright, so now we're just going to pour this mixture right on top of that we pressed down, the Play-Doh as I call it, that we pressed down into the pan. And I just got a throwaway pan because I'm going to be giving this away to someone, this particular dessert today. But I did want to share it with you guys because it's a real family favorite. It's a good go-to if you need a dessert that's not that hard to do and no fuss. So you're going to take your spatula and just push that all the way out to the edge. Get it all in there. Now, if you didn't have a throwaway, you could just use a 9x13 and make sure. I would just, I would spray it, guys, because, you know, you don't want anything to stick. But that is what it looks like, okay? And it's kind of a gooey mess, but it's going to set up. It's got those eggs in it. It's going to set up in the oven. We're going to bake it for 350 for 35 to 40 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and show you the finished product. Of course, before you cut this, you have to cool it completely. But I'm not cutting it today because this is going to someone that I'm making this for. And make sure you get all those little air bubbles out. You don't want that. All right. I'll be back in just a minute when I get it finished, okay? Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Okay, I've baked my chess bar cake for 38 minutes at 350 degrees. And I've had it out of the oven for about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And this is what it looks like, guys. It's brown around the edges. Now, it's got to cool completely before we can cut it. And like I said before, I barely touch it. It feels good. It feels firm. It's firm enough. The more it cools, the firmer it'll get. And I'm not cutting it today because I am making this for someone. But I just wanted to share this with you guys. And get in the kitchen and try it. It is a really good go-to dessert, guys. Quick. And you can do it ahead. Cover it up. You know, have it for the next day or give it as a gift, whatever you want to do. It's a good dessert, and it's a good all around. A lot of people like it. Everybody likes cream cheese. Everybody likes butter, most everybody. So please try it. And if you enjoy this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Meals with Marcia. And don't forget that in the description, everything you're going to need and how to make this recipe will be in there. So God bless you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.